Sam, I'm curious, have you done anything on the whole Benghazi thing? It seems pretty straightforward to me. I think State Department, I think the White House came out with a mistaken intelligence early on, and then I think they probably was also enhanced by their not wanting to talk about a terrorist attack. But early on, we did hear the White House say that it was a terrorist attack, right? I mean, early on, we heard that, and then there seemed to be some confusion. I don't know what State Department ever did. I think early on, I also said, didn't I talk about this last week? I thought I did.
Not too much if you did. No.
Early on, I was very, maybe it was on Hayes' show, where I talked about, like, I don't get how this is, why is the film important in Libya? It just didn't seem right to me. And there was definitely, even that weekend, there was some question as to whether or not it was a terrorist attack or not. And I don't think it would have been, or that it was a terrorist attack. But the question was a terrorist taking advantage of this protest or not? And it seemed to me that, I think I was saying at the time that it sounded like the protest was ginned up, if there was even a protest, by people who wanted to attack on September 11th.
I think that that's very clearly what the scenario was in Benghazi. That it was not really, because the film was released somewhat in Egypt through this
specifically in Egypt through a
TV presenter,
right?
Exactly. So there was a.
I didn't know if that cable station was in Libya, but it's just, I don't know.
That's very random that it would just be Cairo and Benghazi. It
right.
Doesn't make much sense.
Right.
You also did speak about this on Friday's show when you were leading into the story about that GOP rep who cut the embassy funding,
right,
and then blamed Obama for the embassy attack.
Right. I mean, I think what was going on there was also a function of they may not have given, I don't know, they may not have given the funding that was requested. I don't know. I think that remains to be seen. But I also think there was specific, I think there was probably also some difference of opinion between the security people there and the ambassador, who was saying, I don't want there to be a big security presence here because I am attempting to forge relationships with people in Benghazi. I think that was a big part of it as well.
The other thing that happened yesterday, which is relevant to this too, not in terms of the broader questions about securing embassies, but Ambassador Stevens' father basically requested that the issue not be politicized.
Fat chance. You know, I think, I mean, look, I think there's inevitability that something like this is going to be politicized. I know that the father has come out to say it. I think what has more resonance is actually the mother who came out and asked Romney to stop talking about the relationship he supposedly had with her son, who was one of the security people, particularly since one of the son's buddies came out and said that, yeah, I remember hearing the story about when Romney met him, and the guy and my buddy was like, that Romney guy, what a tool, can never kept coming up to me with the same line over and over again, didn't remember that he had just met me 5 minutes before. I look, I don't see what the political issue is here. You know, the whole foreign policy, to the extent that there's any major differences, that once you get past beyond like sort of like Romney's belligerence and I think his willingness to sort of go down a trail for political reasons, which would further exacerbate and increase the chances of us getting into a war with Iran. When you hear them talk about policy differences, it's all about the sort of like projecting of strength. You know, like the strength that Ronald Reagan projected when he pulled out the Marines from Lebanon after losing 215 Marine personnel. Like, I mean, I wonder if the same thing happened under President Obama, what would the calls from the Republicans be at this point? I think it would be full-on impeachment if it wasn't a full-on ground invasion. Yes, there was a lot of strength involved in attacking Grenada, but I think, I think really, honestly, the more relevant one is Lebanon, because can you imagine what the calls from the Republican Party would be? Just crazy.